What's good? It's your boy B-Ninja back in this mug, and back in the game with some more Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown, as we've officially embarked on the 2.0 era, because thanks to our good old buddies from Sega, on top of concluding the r.e.v.o open beta test that just concluded on Steam, and the big announcement that Virtua Fighter is having a brand new title in the future, we've embarked on the 2.0 era, because as you see right over here, the game got a balance adjustments. Seeing what got tweaked, what got added, and we're just gonna go ahead and explore it with our Bae Nessa herself, Drip Nessa, right over here, and see what they added towards her, and see what they have changed with her for this 2.0 update. So this is more of a tutorial and guide to see what they've done to my girl right over here, and hopefully it's only for the best, because what I've done in the beta, oh boy. Nessa Gang, we're gonna be cooking out here, but there's more to explore, as this just literally dropped for at least a week. So we're just gonna go through everything, see what they done to our girl, and let's just pray that she climbs up in the tier ranks in regards to punching motherfuckers to sleep. But anyway, if you want to see more Virtua Fighter content from your boy, you know the drill. Like, share, comment, ring the bell, and do Julia Chang, and
don't forget to subscribe!
You're the best as always, Julia. So without further ado, let's just go through what has been changed with Vanessa right here through this balance patch, because I'm not going to go through all the general changes. We're just going to focus on what Vanessa has changed, and Jesus Christmas, there is a lot. So sit back, relax, and just enjoy what you're about to embark, because our good old buddies at VFDC dropped all this knowledge right here. And I'll post a link in the comments and descriptions down below, so that way you will have a look of what your favorite character got changed for this title. So let's go through each one to see what they did to our girl in this patch. Let's go. Alrighty, first off, defensive style. Let's see what changes they got for her, starting with her 5 PPK. Looks like they're showing the recovery frames by 6, so she'll be -8 instead of -16, because she was unsafe as hell with that particular stream. So let's check it out. Yep, -8. Beforehand, it was -16, which made her hella unsafe. So she has a little bit more of a slight tick of advantage. So if you deal with opponents that basically throw some 5Ps and 2Ps, you can have some sidestep abilities just to avoid that attack. So that's a definitely good change right there. I like that. Next, it's her D2K, which is now a half circular. That is a massive buff, because you could easily sidestep the 2K, as you're about to see right here. It's basically this string right here, and let me move my camera just a little bit, as you can see. See that little motion that you see, that little half circle motion that you see right here? That just indicates which moves go in the half circular direction, and of course, if you see a full circle, that's when you know it's a full circular one. So yeah, they definitely gave proximity to where if you sidestep on her backside, you're just gonna get clapped by this attack. So that is indeed a good buff right there, because normally you would just sidestep it regardless. So happy with this change. Next is her D46 P+K. They say they changed the hit effect on hit, allowing for follow-ups even from normal hit. Let's check it out. I love this change right here, because beforehand, when she did this attack without the Sabaki, you basically just puts the opponents from afar, and now you can just easily just combo him. So I can just do this, just do some stuff like this. Oh, I'm so happy with this change right here because you can finally do some combos without worrying about the sabaki. Because normally you get that change when you do the kick sabaki, but other than that, makes it more easier to combo with this move now. So I'm super happy with this change. Next, her Grand Spite, her da-da-da-da to P+K. Looks like they added some plus frames to this move on block. So let's see. +2? Let's check it. Because normally it's her da-da, not that. Da-da-da right there, which is good for the bounce, kind of like what you see right here. But they changed the proximities where it's plus on blocks. So let's see. Oh, she's gonna be a little more safer now. I'm with it. You see it right here? Used to be -4, hella unsafe. Now it's +2, so definitely give you some opportunities to do some follow-ups. I'm with this change. All right, here's Stinger Low Blow. Change to cause a knockdown on recovery counter hit. Don't know what that means, but let's try it out. So basically, it's our one P+K and defensive style. This right over here. Obviously, on counter hit, it's a hard knockdown, so you can do combos like this, but on recovery. Is that on like fast recovery? Because if you do it like on normal recovery, you would still get this. Never mind, it works regardless. After changing the settings, I'm like, no matter what, if you wake up, you're still gonna get clapped by this on counter hit. I'm happy with that change. Oh, this is a change right here that I definitely love. A definite must for defensive style. Spinning Savate. Her defensive style 66K+G now has the same motion as its offensive style counterpart. Let me give you a story. Her original 66K+G, it was basically a get off me. You just can't move, and it just goes into one motion, just lifeless. Of course, in offensive style, it gives you a little bit of reach and give you a little impact. Now, in defensive style, I can just reach now with this move in defensive style, which I'm happy. This is me in offensive. The original thing. Defensive. I could do this with it now, giving defensive style more of a reach. I love this buff, so I can do shit like this, which is gnarly. I've been pulling some stuff like that in the r.e.v.o beta, so I'm definitely happy with this particular change because Vanessa lacked some reach in defensive style outside of her 3K right over here, which I'm glad they gave this buff for her in defensive style. Next is her low spin slicer, her 2K+G from defensive style, her sweep basically. Changed the recovery frames on hit from -5 to -3, so they basically gave this sweep a little bit of life because even though she's still negative, they made her less negative on this move right here. That's on the side obviously, but just normally can do a little bit more of a leeway and do her wall rising 5P right there. So I'm happy with this change, but definitely got to be careful when throwing this move a lot for sure. Next, her 1K+G from defensive style, which is basically her low attack that goes into intercept. It's now 7 frames on hit plus, so she's more plus on hit with this maneuver. So gives her more of an advantage. That was one of my main complaints with the intercept. No matter as cool as the stance is, she was a little bit kind of negative, so she gets punished very easily. But they made it to where they tried to make Vanessa a little bit more safe with this style right here. I mean, she's still negative on block when she gets hit by that, but if you get hit by that, she gets a little bit more of an advantage. But the next change that they gave to her other attack, ooh, y'all about to see some shit. Her motherfucking wheel kick. Her 9K+G, in defensive of course. Used to be a high, it's now a fucking mid. Let me show you the receipt. So here's this little pissant crouching. Boom! You saw that word? Mid, motherfuckers. So you can't crouch that shit anymore. It's still plus on block, but you cannot crouch it. So this is a massive butt. Of course, the hitbox ain't that great. You gotta get super close to that motherfucker, but still, that is a buff I definitely love for this move right here. I am with that shit, and I surprised motherfuckers with this patch with it. I'm happy with that change. All right, these next two attacks are her intrude hook and intercept body blow hook. It's basically when you hold the guard button, you just go up or down P. It's basically her evasion defensive style attack. So they extended the dodge property to 10 frames, so basically giving it more of a dodge proximity with this, because this shit was kind of ass at first. So let's check it out in action. So I just start off 5P, and you get a little bit more of a dodge property just to land this attack, just to bait him out. I'm with it. That's the 2 version. Let's try the other version. There we go. This is 2. So I'm definitely with it. Of course, you gotta time it properly, so because my reactions are kind of ass like that, but you get the point right over there. So if they throw like quick attacks like that 5P and such, or quick mids right there, you can easily dodge it with this attack. Now let's try the mid right quick. Even with 2Ps, I'm with it with the 2Ps. There we go. Even with the mids. But it's really based on the timing of it. There we go. See? Gotta work on the timing, so the extensions are right there and everything, so they increase it. So I'm happy with this particular change for the body blows. Next up, her switch shoulder, which is basically the shoulder ram that switches her stances. So they gave it some plus on block frames. It's now +1 on block, which that is a much needed feat for this move. A show in action. +1, +1, +1 on block, so gives you a little bit more of a leeway to throw some counter attacks and stuff like that. So I'm super happy about that, and give a little bit of an advantage on top of it. So I'm definitely super happy at that change. The only thing is, just be careful when throwing this out, but that actually works. So definitely bait them out if you continue to guard them and just get this Lancer in. Next, we're gonna go over some of her new attacks that she gained in this 2.0 update. It's basically her old attacks that she regained from vanilla VF5 and VF5R, which is her strings that allow her to switch her between stances. So she's got 3 from defensive style that goes into her offensive style. So let's just go through all of them right quick. So yeah, this is a 6 PK into P+K+G. This right here, the back fist right here. And notice with this one, it's all half circular. So if you can catch him stepping, you can delay it and just bop him in the end. It's +4 normal hit, +6 on counter hit. And she got her 2K into P+K+G right over here. The back fist one is my favorite one because not only she's plus, you can basically just bop them into some quick attacks just keep Vanessa's turn. But there is a big feat with her getting her strings that switches her stances back. More on that later on. And her final attack is her 5 P+K into P+K+G, which it's good if you check your opponent's stat presses. Normally, looking at this, it combos, but she's -2. So you basically might get checked after that one, and you gotta evade if they throw like a 2P or something to that nature. But if you bait an attack out, she's +6 on hit with this mover. So it's really good just to bait an attack out and just get them with the throw. more on the damage later on. But anyway, I'm happy that they gave her that back, and we'll go over her offensive style shrinks to defensive style in a bit. But yeah, that's all the defensive style changes that she got for right now. Next, we're gonna go over her offensive style changes because man, they definitely reworked Vanessa when it comes to her OS style, because now I don't know how I feel about it, but we're about to find out. So first off, her 5PP 6P. So they changed the recovery on the hit against crouching opponents from +6 to +7, basically unifying it with counter hit frames. So meaning if you hit them on a counter hit while they're crouching, it's +7. So basically now that they're crouching, it's +7 off the bat. So it's basically in sync with what they already have. So let's check it out. Yep, +7. +7 on hit now, so I can do stuff like this. Grabbing them and punching their asses to sleep. Getting them throws super easily now. So do not crouch when you get hit by the 6P or a string that goes into her 06P right there. So you're getting checked so easily with that. I mean, it's obviously one of her best buttons in offensive style, as you can see right here. You might as well go with the Rampage. More on the damage buffs in a second, but anyway, next move. Next, the Fake Lancer, basically her 5PK string that I can cancel into her tackle. It got a command change. You don't have to do 6P anymore. You could just do 5P+G, excuse me. And unfortunately, it got nerfed a little because they shortened the active time on the catch throw, allowing it to be more easily dodged by crouching it. So in other words, best way to beat a normal throw is by crouching it. So let's show it in action. So basically, I could just do the feint and just punch their asses and sleep. But as it mentions earlier, when you get clapped and they try to dodge it by crouching, see? Right over there. Makes it easy to crouch it. That's how people keep checking me every time I try to go for this feint right there. They just easily crouch that shit. So definitely be careful when you're trying to throw this out there, especially against the killers. Woof. Next, the Bunker Buster. Her Superwoman Punch, the 9P. So they added a frame, and now on block, instead of being +2, it's +1. So it's 1 frame slower, and it's +1 on block instead of +2. So basically they have more of an opportunity just to basically not get clapped by this a whole lot. So used to be 22 frames, now it's 23 frames. And like I said, on block, as I change it right quick, it's +1 instead of +2. Still have a little bit of advantage to throw that 5P, but won't have much of a slight advantage of abusing the Superwoman Punch as it normally is. So that's kind of a slight nerf right there. So that's unfortunate, because I like blocking people with this fucking move right here. So anyway, so yeah, Crimson Lancer, she has 4 iterations of getting that Lancer in there, and basically it's all the same proximities. They changed the input into a 5PG at the end, but they shortened it to where it could be easily dodged. So if you're trying to bait it into it and you catch someone crouching pretty quick, the throw is not gonna work. So let's test it out. See, just like that right there. Yep, they make it quick enough to where it's dodgeable right there. So that's a slight nerf, and that's a really across the board with all of her Crimson Lancer attacks, as you just see right here. Sad reality. sad reality right there. Next, her landing knee kick, or R.e.v.o. no longer staggers against crouching opponents. I don't know how I feel about that one, but they changed it to where you can only stagger on counter hits. So, literally, that's just my check for crouching opponents. Unfortunately, you can't do this shit anymore because you'll get punished easily. So you have to rely on the other string in order to catch it right there. So you can't do 66KK to catch people often. So, and as you said in the notes, you gotta change it to counter hit, whether they're crouching or standing, in order to get the whole thing. So there it is right there. That's Shadow Slicer, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about this change right here. Counter hit off the bat, that's fine, but this is my counter check. I kind of like it like that, so I can't really do stuff like that when they're crouching, unless they press a button. But other than that, that is somewhat of a change that I'm kind of iffy with, but whatever. And things continue to get more drowning for this attack. Our 66KP is now even more unsafe on block. So it went from -13 to -15 on block. So definitely be careful throwing this right there. Otherwise, you're going to get checked and punished really hard after having this string getting blocked. So be careful with this, Nessa Gang. Alright, here's my other mid checker right here. Her R.e.v.o. reduced the recovery on hit from -5 to -1. So they made her a little bit on the safe side. Not really, but basically I can follow up with some other quick attacks if needed from this right here. So used to be -5 from the last hit, now it's -1, so I can have a little bit more of a leeway of either evading attacks and just coming up with something more crazy right there. So that's a good buff that I like for this string. It's my mid check right there. I like using that one. Now this change right here makes me super sad right here. The Hawk Strike, her O9K, which is the knee that launches, basically her best launcher, no longer considered an air move, meaning you can get checked by lows with this move right now, which I am sad. Let me show you in action. See how I'm getting checked by the low right there? I'm doing the move and I can't even be airborne to basically low check them. I gotta rely on Egg Bomber now, which I mean Leg Bomber, which is pretty much sad. So I can't do shit like this anymore. I get 2P'd super easily if I'm trying to go for the damn move. So gotta rely on other maneuvers to check them right there. I'm upset. Boo for this nerf. Boo for this nerf. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it with passion. Next is our 5 P+K+P. Looks like they fix it to where when the first hit is guarded, the second hit does not force a guard string. That was a bit of a problem because they were immediately guarded into the attack. So they fix it to where if they try to press, the second hit will clap them. So I'm happy with this change. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, so they let go of the block after that one, so I'm very happy. Oh, wasn't quick enough. Wasn't quick enough. Yeah, slightly happy with this change because they were basically a blocked loop, and of course it's negative on block the second hit, so I was getting clapped super easy by that. So I'm happy with a little bit of slight change on that one. Now, here's a buff I definitely love right there. Clobber and Stray, her OA for P+K right there. I didn't consider it to be +2 because I still keep getting clapped by that no matter what. So it went from on block +2 to +5, so makes it more valuable to use it. So let's check it. So yeah, this shit's +5 on block now, which I'm super happy. I can basically just keep my turn with that. But you want to see some shit with this on the side? More on that later on. But anyway, next change. Now, leg slicer right here, her 2K+G. So they reduced the damage to 15 for the normal hit. But for the takedown, they not only reduce the damage, but they shorten the distance of the hit throw. So basically, they nerfed the fuck out of this shit right here. So, not that. This right there. It's -3, so you're basically unsafe, and it's now 15, and they shorten it to where you have to be up close if you want the freaking throw after that. So I'm a little upset on that one. So let's see. Yeah, I'm super far, and I'm pressing the just input for it, so you gotta be super up close for this now, which is sad. And you see the damage reduce on it. And what makes it even more sad that we notice about that right there, I mean, you can do it on counter hit, yes, but on normal hit, yeah, you can't wall splat them anymore, especially on normal hit. Normally you can, but now you got to get them on either counter hit or on the side in order to wall stagger them. So they definitely nerfed her 2K+G to the T right there. So I'm super bummed out about that one. So that's an L right there. Okay, so leg crush hold, her 3K+G into the catch throw. They ease the input window, so making it easier to get the catch throw in there. So let's see. Not that. Oh yeah, feeling it right there. So I'm just pressing it on hit, and basically they made it to where you can get this catch throw in a lot easier. Now, in regards of get fucked, that is a lot more easier. That's 4-3 P+K into get fucked. The same. So they made the low crush hold, the leg crush hold, excuse me, a lot easier to get the catch throw in. So that's a good fix for that. Next, we're gonna go over her 7, say it with me, 7 strings that switches her from offensive to defensive. As I mentioned earlier, they brought her switch stance strings back. So she's got you got 5 PP P+K+G, which is the backswing right there. 5 PP to 6P to P+K+G, the backswing right over there. And same thing with the 6P, nothing changed right there. Now the 5KP into the P+K+G is the knee lift right over there. And same thing with 6KKP to the knee lift right over there. And also 2KP into the knee lift right over there. And something I like to use, the little mid check right over here, the 3K into the P+K+G right over there. So definitely having some fun times playing around to just have some quick mixes with switching the stances right over there. Mind you, the back fist and her, she's a plus on hit, to where the knee lift, you gotta check them to get them on counter hit and stuff. But we'll apply more of those changes later on. So anyway, next change. All right, next her D style leap forward short upper, which is when you jump, you descend, and you just did the P. That's like her little upper, just bait check them low. So they reduce it to basically increase some negative frames, making it more unsafe. +7, -7 to -10, which that is a sad nerf indeed. So yeah, this right here, -10 on block, so you're just asking to get punished by this, which I am not happy about that. I'm gonna snap my neck for this nerf as well, but I rarely use this move, so. Alright, next her spear tackle. Again, kind of like the other Lancer tackles, they just reduced the damage by 5 points now, so even the one from Intruder Step, And you see the bar right over there on the end right there. So they really said, Nessa, you do too much damage with your tackle, so we're just gonna reduce it a bit, just make you more balanced. I'm like, really? Come on, why? But here's another W for defensive style. The intercept brush off, which is basically her sabaki. They extended the hurt box of the opponent after a successful sabaki. So basically giving you more of an advantage to clap your opponents after the sabaki. So I could just do this, which is plus on block. Bang, 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 bang. With such ease. Try it again. Nope. I was a little late on that. My part. Was a little late on that. But yeah, they extended the hurt box to where no matter how far you are, you can still get the sabaki in. So it really depends on the distance right there. You saw it earlier, plus 14, and then once I got close enough, I was plus 23. So yeah, this is definitely a good change right here. I'm with that one right there. Next up is the throws. So Vanessa got some buffs and nerfs when it comes to damage with some of the throws. First up, army combination. Got a damage buff. It used to be 60, now it's 65. Super happy about that. I mean, Heaven's Gate is still the most damage and throw right there with 70 right there, but I'm happy Army Combination, which is a forward throw, is given a little bit of love right there. Next is the Wall Kiss, which is basically a 6K+G. Not that. So I got a damage buff, so now it does additional more damage from 40 to 45, so 60 total. I'm happy about that now. And the same goes with the other one, her back throw, the Stomach Crusher. I like that one. So they gave some defensive style throw buffs on this one. Next is Stikes Hole, if I pronounce it correctly, which is horizontal back throw. They gave it an increase, even though it's sad that the Lancer tackles got decreased, so this would be the good throw. And we're gonna go into some of the changes of the Lancer throws in a bit, but the 46 P+K got a little bit of a damage buff. It's now 55 from 52. Happy with this one. Now here's the sad part. 66P+G, the Lancer, went from 15 to 5, so it all got reduced. But what didn't get, well, I'll go into Rampage in a second, but yeah, the arm lock got reduced by 3. Punch your ass to sleep got reduced to 47, and then the back throw from the Lancer got reduced to 42. So yeah, they nerfed the hell out of her throws right there. But I think the big winner as far as her throws, Rampage 70 motherfucking 5. So the Rampage drive is now her most damaging throw, which you can do to the wall. So yeah, despite all the nerfs to the Lancer throws, Rampage dies got a big, massive damage buff, so it beats out Heaven's Gate with ease. Alrighty, we just went through all of Vanessa's changes for the 2.0 update. Looks like defensive style is the winner because she needed some much needed changes with that style, with the inclusion of her 66K+G being the same as OS, getting more plus frames with some of her attacks on top of it, and also regaining her D to O switch strings, and the same for O to D switch strings. Definitely makes Vanessa a more feat of a character right there. And unfortunately, the offensive style got slightly nerfed, more so for the Lancers, getting more of an opportunity to crouch them and everything, and reducing the damage of her Lancer throws. Definitely makes Vanessa a little bit on the sad side on the offensive style, on top of making her 09K not an airborne attack anymore. But hey, that's the point of labbing, just making the character work and just seeing what we can apply with these changes. Which, speaking of which, I'm gonna explore some of the routes that we can do with Vanessa now that we got all these changes. So as I mentioned, 66K+G in defensive now can reach. You can do some stuff like this, like the throw, and keep them on counter it. And another thing to note, the shoulder ram, 6 P+K+G, you can basically get a little bit more hang time with this move right here. As you saw in the announcement trailer, she can basically do stuff like this, which is kind of wild now. So basically get a lot more hang time in regards. And with the strings coming back from switching stances, I can do stuff like this. And with the new proximities of getting more splats on top of it, you know that shit's kind of wild. Mind you, this isn't a true string. You gotta stagger shake out of that in order to get the full combo, but you see what I mean. That's still retainable, but something new that I could actually do with this. Pop. Miss it. Mind you, Leon's a lightweight now. I don't know if I could do it with the heavier characters. Let's try it out with the midweights. Alright, got a midweight and a cure right here. Let's see if I can do that on him. No, not that. You can with the wall assist right there, especially with the octagon stages. I'm happy with that one. Remember, this is not a true string because you gotta stagger shake out of it in order to get the true combination right over there. But yeah, like I said, I mentioned earlier, this right here. Well, let me get myself closer to the wall right quick. Look at that, 111 plus that in the end right there. And he's heavier with that wall splat right over there, so basically they gave more proximities for some of the attacks to get more wall splats. I'm happy with that. So, and also, as I mentioned earlier, with the shoulder ram right over there. Look at that hang time you still get out of that. Let me try that one more time. And I switched myself to offensive, so I mean back to defensive again with that. So yeah, that knee lift ender, that's only good for juggles right there, and you can just basically reset into some mixes to get the opponent off guard. And just keep them on the toes like that, as long as they don't tech roll in anything. You can get D4P on the side crumple on top of it with that wall splat. Obviously can't do it like that, but you can still get the plus advantage. Ooh, I'm super happy with that change, but again, this ain't real. They gotta stagger shake up pretty properly, so that's 21 frames, so it's best to go with this or this if you can get it proper. Now, as I mentioned earlier, with the switches with the stance, I can do stuff like this. Oh yeah, I gotta remember. Let me see if I can do it on the mid weights. Oh, I can on the mid weights. Yes. And I don't need a wall to do this shit. Again, this is not true because you gotta break it with the stagger shakes. Which, if you go to Chanchai and Juicebox's socials, they show you how to stagger break properly. But this right here, and mind you, that's a DS switching to OS, getting a little bit of something right here. That could get the Orinari right over here on top of that, just mixing it up right over there. I'm super happy on that one. Ooh, getting some enders on top of it right over there. I'm super happy on that one. Let me see if this one works. Okay, so with that right there, it looks like it's character specific. So let me show you what I did. I did the shoulder ran to switch to offensive. Not true. And I did the 3K into P+K+G, which switches her back to defensive through a 5P. Throw the 2 KP for the bound right there. And if I'm close enough to the wall, I did a little 5P a 6P 3K, which gives them a little splat, and I could come up with a little bit of an end right there for some massive damage right over there. So let me see if I can nail it one more time. So it looks like it's kind of Leon specific right now. I'll try with other characters on my own, but it looks like doing this on Leon, I can actually get away with it. I can even throw 4P out there as the ender right over there. Yep, I can do the shoulder ram right over there. Okay, that ain't 100% true, but it works. Oh yeah, we're coming up with some stuff. And of course, from the boomerang hook, I can do a little B&B right there. And you notice that hang time she gets off that. Massive hang time on top of that. Boom, boom, boom. Crazy. Mind you, it's highlighted in green because it's not 100% guaranteed. It's only if they don't tech roll and everything. But you see the hang time, she definitely gets off that. It's wild. Alright, remember the 4-6P+K? That got changed. I can do some stuff like this. A little B&B right over there. That little B&B. Another B&B. Wonder if I could get that with the wall. Hold on. Yep, I could splat him to the wall like such. Like I said, I can do a little optimization, and also I could just use this to bait if they try to get up and get Vanessa's intruder stuff, just to mix them up on top of it. Something to throw that on there. Okay, I applied some wall game for a little bit on top of some B&Bs for some of the changes, but let me show you what you can do with Vanessa on her side. You can still keep the opponents at bay. kept the opponent on their side the whole time. Even though you don't get all the full hits in there, you just keep them there until they either throw a low or they just sidestep quickly out of it. But basically, you're pretty much on the opponent's side for the longest periods of times. And Vanessa's parry does that shit as one of the options. Let me show you one more time. I did the 2K switch right over there, and then I even throw the switch to offensive style, and then threw 6P into P+K+G to switch back to defensive. Why did I pause on that? And I could delay that, and there's still +9 on their side right over there. So basically, I could just psych the opponents out with their side turns right over here. Get them on the side and then punch their asses to sleep right over there. And depending on the position where you are, if you got half fence, full fence, or any type of fences, you can basically just push them until they get wall staggered, and then you could just punish them like such. Jesus Christmas, all that damage. All that damage right over there. Now, remember when I showed you Vanessa's offensive style P+K? That's now +5 on block. Let me show you how plus she is on the side turn. +11. That means I could get away with shit like this. And look how plus I still am and keep my turn with this shit. I can do some crazy shit like this if they press, cause +11 on block on the side right there, and you can mix them up with some crazy shit like that. And notice with the 6 P+K+G, I could delay it to where they still get clapped. They keep them mega plus. I think she's like +6 on a hit on counter hit right there, and you still keep them on the side. So if, like I said, the only way to beat this right here is if you do some low attacks or just crouch it or side it as quick as you can. But you're still I'm still plus. So basically, you gotta be super quick and get your timing on. But once you get hit by this on the side, yeah, you're basically fucked. +11. +11. +11 on the side. It is wild. Get all the way types of fucked right there. Now, mind you, those are highs, so just keep in mind, Nessa Gang, you can get away with it as long as they don't press lows, sidestep, or crouch. Woo! Shiz! Nets! Shiz! Nets! Coming up with some crazy combinations, but the side crumples is where it's at. Ba, 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 ba. And Vanessa's got 2 of them in offensive style, so the 3K and the 6K+G, so. And it's all keeping them my turn off the 4 P+K and offensive. Wild! Wild! Get the wall throw combos right in there, pretty easy as well. At least you can still punch the asses to sleep with that. I didn't know it would work, but it actually would work. It actually works. Thank you, Radical Reactor, for that tip. But yeah, the main MO for Vanessa is now is to keep them on their side, because you can just do ridiculous songs like that and just keep pressuring them all the way to the wall when they need to. It's kind of wild. Simple, stupid, a whole lot of execution, and pray they don't tech roll. So you gotta mix them up in order to get something wild. Pressure them on the wall, keep them on their side, splat them to the wall, and you get a whole lot of everything. A whole lot of everything right over there. But remember, make sure they don't crouch. That's really the ammo right there. And if they crouch, throw the mid that transitions into the switch. Especially from offensive style in particular, so... That was a counter hit, and all that shit guarantees, and you still got them motherfuckers on their side right over there. Gnarly. 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 And you could wall pressure them right over there with the back fist putting them back in their stance right over there. Alright, I'm gonna try one more thing and I'm gonna wrap up this video right here. I think you guys got the logistics of Vanessa's changes and some of the crazy shit that you're about to do. Let me try something. We cooking, y'all. We cooking. They may have nerfed offensive style, but they definitely buffed defensive style, and on top of that, her side game is on point now. So I can say she definitely is very fair, just to mix everybody up. And that plus 11 on the side with the P+K for P+K, an offensive style, is really logistics. But remember, make sure they don't sidestep or hit you with low attacks. You gotta bait them out in order to keep your turn. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I got to show you with Vanessa's changes here in Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown 2.0. Definitely in love with the changes. I'm definitely going to explore more with some of the stuff right there. Again, I'm going to drop a link in regards of the balance adjustment changes that have. So if you have a character that you use and you want to take a look to see what changes that they got, definitely take a look. And if you are a Nessa main yourself and you've discovered some stuff that I haven't discovered in this video, definitely let me know in the socials all over the board and I will definitely take a look. And again, if you want to see more Virtua Fighter content from your boy, because I'm definitely emerging back with more VF content, like, share, comment, ring the bell, and do the Julia Chang, and
don't forget to subscribe.
You're the best as always, Julia Chang. So yeah, I hope this video was very insightful for you guys to level up your Nessa with all the changes that Sega decided to give her. Defensive got buff, offensive got slightly nerve. Some of our throws gained some damage, some didn't, and the 09K is not anti-low crush anymore, but it is what it is. We can still make our bait work, so let's end this video and punch this pissant to sleep and get out of this mud. And remember who you are, Vanessa.
I'm that bitch. Remember that.
That you are. Peace.